So in this video, we're going to go over the three basic things that we need to knock out before we can finally go live. And at the end of this video, everything should be ready and moving forward. Obviously, if you have any questions, you could always reach out to your mentor and they'll help you through anything. Specifically, setting up your domain name. That might be a little bit technically advanced. Don't worry about it. The mentor is going to be able to help you out, and that's going to be applying even as we move forward. So when we set up TikTok shop, when we set up Amazon FBA, or even for some of you guys who want to get into Walmart fulfillment as well, so Walmart marketplace, which is big sales, okay, because there's like no competition there, but it is kind of gated. We can help you get in there, but for it doesn't matter for any of these like platforms. There's a little bit of technical knowledge that is required, but we're here, we're experienced, and we're ready to help you out. So don't worry about that stuff. Just reach out whenever you need help. Anyways, here are the three things that you need to do to get started. First of all, you're going to go to your store tab in your builder, and you want to set up a payment processor. I know we already talked about it in this first video, but it's just something that you need to do. One of the things that you need to do to get started. Add a payment provider is going to be Stripe or PayPal. These are the two we recommend. Really, you can use any of these. Like for example, Klarna, if you're selling something like sofas or something really expensive and you want to give the customer the option to pay over time, then go ahead and activate Klarna, because that's what it allows customers to do. They can kind of finance their payment. PayPal does the same thing as well. So set up a payment processor. Like we said in the previous video, Stripe is the most recommended. And if you want to have two, run Stripe and PayPal. These two are the best ones for you. After you've set up payments, you can set up taxes as well, add the tax country, basically run through all of these shipping options, all the settings for your store, set that up, general store information and whatnot, and then store details, fill it out. You can use your personal address, or you can use your warehouse address. So the supplier is going to be able to give you that, and you can just put that in. And so on the customer invoice, if they have to return a product, they'll return it to the supplier, and the supplier will give you a refund. So don't worry about that. And then checkout policy, just fill all of this in. So that's the first thing you need to do. Most importantly, though, set up that payment processor so you can actually get paid and so customers can actually check out. The next thing is go into the About Us page or the Contact Us page and fill in these details, like the support email. Give a dedicated support email, give a dedicated phone number if you want to. If not, just take that out. Just literally do that and delete. Boom, you're done. Address, same thing. If you want to give the warehouse address, go ahead or delete. The other thing is fill in these social media links. All you need to do is copy them, and you can put in the link next to the icon. You can also change up the icons. You can add another one. So all of that's possible, but make sure those are all filled in. There's going to be two in the footer menu as well. And there might be others, so just make sure those are filled out, and your mentor is going to double check as well. So aside from that About Us page, now we're going to go over here to the website settings, and you're going to set up your domain. So like we said in the previous video, you want to set your domain up from GoDaddy. So get your domain on GoDaddy.com. Once you have your domain, and like I said, those are really cheap, for generally between $4 to like $12 a year is what you're looking to pay for that. Once your domain is set up, you're going to type in your domain here. You're going to select connect domain, and disconnect domain. All right, let's connect it again. And you're going to get this. These are the settings that you need to copy. You're literally going to copy this and paste it into your GoDaddy DNS settings. Now, this might be a little bit technical, which is perfectly fine. What basically happens is when you have your GoDaddy domain, it gives you an option to manage DNS. You're going to click that, and then you're going to see all of these different options in your name servers. And you're basically adding these, copying and pasting these ones into your GoDaddy domain. You're going to click save on there, and it's automatically in 24 to 48 hours going to add it to your website. Now, if you don't get that, which is perfectly fine, GoDaddy does have support options. So GoDaddy has a live chat, and you can actually just screenshot this and send it to them and say that you need these settings added to that domain, and they'll do it for you over live chat. So that's generally the fastest way. But if that doesn't help, just send us the screenshot and we'll help you and tell you exactly where to put these different values on your GoDaddy dashboard. So you have a bunch of different support available for that. So that's the next thing. Set up your domain name, and like I said, it does take about 24 to 48 hours. But after your domain is set up, the final thing we need to do is finally go public. So right now we've been using a trial account. This account won't show up publicly. We need to upgrade, and there's two platforms here. So, well, first of all, this is going to be your account, your first name, last name, and all of that information. Then you're going to have all of your admins here. Leave the Orbit 12 platform admin there, just because that admin is going to be able to, in the future, connect the supplier. So when the supplier reaches out, those suppliers are going to be automated with your store. So as soon as you get an order, that supplier is automatically shipping out the product to your customer. You don't need to do that manually each and every time. Like, copy the customer's shipping address, put it into the catalog, then pay for it every single. You don't need to do that. Suppliers automatically going to ship it out to their customer, and so you don't need to worry too much about that. But when it comes to billing, this is where you have two trial or two plans. The first one is $99 a month or $149 month to month. This is not something that you need at all. This is something that you want to enable if you're working with a marketing agency. So you're at that point you're generating at least $10,000 a month, because most agencies are only going to work with you if you're making between $5,000 or $10,000. But that's the plan that you use when you're running sales, obviously across platform at that point. But for now, we can use this one. This gives us all of those features though. So we have free sales funnel automation. That's what we absolutely need so that we can start generating some sales automatically. We talked about this in the last video to see that consistent sales week over week, and we also are able to make unlimited and free sales funnels, and those are going to be important. And by the way, we make them for you, so you don't need to make landing pages, you don't need to make all of that stuff. We are here, we're ready to make that for you, and we're going to talk about that in marketing. Fulfillment automation and sales funnels are the most important thing. Everything else is pretty obvious: unlimited pages, unlimited storage, all of that. So also with the sales funnels, you get unlimited landing pages and unlimited email automations. So when you hit subscribe, your store is going to move into the active plan, and your store is now active. Now at this point, your account is active. You can go into billing and you'll be able to see that your account is active right here, and you'll be able to change your limits as well. And all you need to do is reach out to Orbit 12 or us, and we'll change that limit for you. So don't worry about that too much. You don't need to pay extra, by the way, for that. Now you'll see here my sites and funnels. You'll have your main site or your main funnel and your website.com address. We're going to be working in that when we get to marketing to start generating some sales funnels and working with our leads, which are going to show up here. But to get to that page from the builder, all you need to do is go into dashboard. So click dashboard on the top left, and you'll be taken to that page. By the way, it's just so you have that. Now this is website analytics, popular pages, where your website refers are coming from. So for example, this is going to say TikTok if a lot of people are coming from TikTok, or your specific email automation or Facebook ad or Instagram story. We're going to get into that, but this is where you're going to be able to see where most people are coming from, what devices they're on, what browsers they're using, and obviously this is your website storage and bandwidth depending on how much traffic you're driving to your website. Now, not all sales are going to happen on our website. Some sales are also going to be happening on Amazon FBA. Some sales are also going to be happening on TikTok Shop, maybe even Instagram Shop, which I don't think that's going to happen, but it might. So, there's going to be sales happening all over the place. So this isn't going to be an exhaustive analytics section, but it's still really good to see how your website is doing. And again, admins, billing, all of that is here, so you can add more admins if you have a staff or you want to add people to your store. But at this point, your store is now active. Your store is active. Your domain is connected. Your payment processors are connected. So you can now finally start accepting payments, start bringing customers in, and start generating some income. In the next few videos, what we're going to start talking about is that marketing. All of those little, hints I've been dropping over the past few videos, we're going to really start diving into the marketing techniques, and we're going to really base it on whatever your budget is. So if you have a $0 budget for marketing, don't worry about it. We've got the perfect platform for you. If you have a little bit more money, you have more money to test, or you really want to go full into this based on the supplier sales data, we can do that as well and really push things forward. And the best part about it is that there's no guesswork. We're not just testing things in the air. We've done this. We know exactly what works and what doesn't. And so we're going to be really sticking to exactly what works, at at least in the first few months, so that we can start generating some proper sales. And then in the future, we can start testing new markets and new audiences, and see where we also can pull some sales from. So with that being said, that's really it. At this point, you can send your .com address to your mentor. They'll go over your website, they'll make sure everything is up and running, and then they'll unlock the marketing videos and start moving into the marketing side of things. So until then,